Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Looks like you guys can see me. I need to prop y'all up for a bit. Um, okay, so I'm actually I'm trying something new today. Actually, let me go over here. Y'all have to excuse me. I am hanging out with my sisters. Actually, she is taking my husband through a. She's a personal trainer, so he's been taking my husband through a harsh workout. So I'm over here waiting in the sidelines, and I thought this would be a good time actually to have a conversation. Shout out to everybody. Please get those likes up if you are here. Thank you for joining me. I see it's late. I'm in Cali time, so it's not that late over here. Plus, I'm a night owl. So, but anyways, I thought this would be just a good time for me to just briefly go over just man, just how I've been feeling about the New Year's. I am so grateful to be here. Many of y'all know 2021 was such a struggle. Like the struggle was so real for many of us. I mean, everything from COVID, depending upon where you are. I'm out in California, so everybody out here, I feel like, is in fear. Fear mongering is so real. You can't go to certain places. You can't even go to certain towns. Now you have to have your vaccination card to even just enter into different stores. So it's a different world out here. I know down south or in other areas it's not that strict, but up here it's a lot. So there's many people I know over here who have had many mental struggles. They've had very many isolation struggles. um and that's just that's what it's been. So it has been a rough year, on top of people's, the jobs, this, all that stuff. So in spite of all of that, I feel so grateful for so many different things. It has not been a perfect situation. And I'm like, if anybody looks like it, especially you ladies, if you see anybody looking like their life is perfect online, then they're lying about something, because nobody had a perfect year. Last year. Yet I'm still so grateful. So yes, please get those likes up. Thank you for everybody who was here hanging out with me. I just wanted to say real quickly, I'm just so grateful for that you guys are here with me. Many of you guys know I started, gosh, I think I've been in it, I think my first video dropped like 10 months ago. I'd have to go back and look at the exact date, but it's been about 10, 11 months. So, um, kind of newer to this space. I'm warming up, but I've had such a great time on here with you. And I really am grateful to all of you guys who have really been with me on this journey. Just a little bit about myself if you didn't know. So I've done digital marketing for a good 8 years corporately, marketing for businesses, some of them big businesses, corporate level, also smaller businesses, mom and pop businesses, mid-size, in between. And so I did, I was the face of the brand that would respond to the tweets or respond to the DMs. Like if you've ever reached out to I don't know, reached out to a Safeway or reached out to a Golden One, or, just whoever you reach out and there's a customer service representative talking to you, that was me. You know what I mean? Um, I was that person that was representing the brand online and doing the different posting and in some cases coming up with the campaigns. So when I started this a few months ago and I decided to kind of take what I understood about social media and then start doing it for myself, honestly, it was a good move, I feel, as far as getting out of the corporate um slavery, if you will, because it is to a certain extent. But it also really brought some other things to the forefront that I never had really considered. Like, here you are all these years being told what to do, having to listen to a boss or having to listen to certain commands and kind of living within a certain structure. And then now you're out trying to do your own thing, you know what I mean? Trying to really establish your own brand and try to establish your own. And it really caused me to have to really look internally and to kind of face a few things that I guess I never really had to, because I'd been kind of somewhat in a safer environment or a controlled environment. So me even being on this space has been as much as a business move as it has been also a kind of a personal exploration move, if you will. So I appreciate all of you guys who have just been with me on this journey. I also, like I said, have, now that I'm in this space as myself versus being in here, as a brand or under a brand, I've also learned so much more about some of the different things that are popular and that are trending for better or for worse. And so that has been in some ways disturbing and yet in some ways also very it's been very educational for me. And so I really feel like for me 2021 was a year of challenge and a year of change, if that makes sense, but also a very good year of challenge and change. So, those of you who are on, please get those likes up, and I appreciate you being here. I know it's late for some of y'all. Like I said, I'm out in Cali, so it's like a little bit before 9 o'clock. But I see I'm sending you this because everyone is going to just sit here and listen and send you nothing, and then talk about community growth. Shout out to Snuggles for being Snuggles. Also, I wanna also give a special shout out to those of you who have shown support on my Cash App or Venmo. There's been a few times where I've woken up and seen a Cash App and was unexpected. So I don't care how little or big it can be. It can be a $1 Cash App. It can be a $20 Cash App. Whatever size, whatever amount. I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate you being a part of this journey with me. As you know, I'm growing and learning and expanding and wanting to engage in some of these different spaces to make a change, to try to make a better change. Um, so I appreciate all of you guys. So, that's really, I just more than anything just wanted to come on and let you guys know that I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have shared the space with you. And to continue to share this space with you. And my hope is to continue to bring you guys content that you will find both enjoyable and also constructive and also helpful and also thought provoking. I have a few interviews already scheduled and a few topics that I plan to address that I haven't yet quite released. Some of my channel members get the sneak peeks. They get behind the scenes. That's one of the benefits of being a channel member. So if you haven't become so already, please do so. But like I said, I'm grateful to be here. And shout out to Ricky Webster with the 9.99 on the super chat. I say I would like to see you expand into other cultures of people outside of America. Challenge yourself. It's actually good you say that. I don't, I don't know that I want. I don't know that I want to spoil Snuggles. I don't know if I want to spoil some of the things that I have planned. But I will say this: if you want to get some sneak peeks, or if you want to get some more insight into what I have planned, you can become a channel member for as low as $4.99. But with that, I will leave you with this little tidbit. I certainly have plans to expand the conversation um, in the way that you have just mentioned. I'll leave it at that. So, anyways, again, like I said, I'm so thankful. Also, let me say this. Let me say this real quick, y'all. My part is to try to come out here and bring content and bring ideas and bring subjects that are going to be helpful and useful and constructive. Now, your part is if you want to see some of the stuff get out here, if you want to see, if you want to see these positive messages being promoted, right, and growing, then I will appreciate and also need you guys to help me get the message out there. So what does that mean? That means obviously liking, likes are free. It also means sharing. If there is a video that you think, man, this is a good video, this is some good content, this is some ideas that I think is relevant to somebody else, share it. It could be with a friend, it could be with a sister, with an auntie, with a daughter, with a son, whoever. Share it maybe to different influencers, different people in the space that you would like me to interview. My goal is to continue to interview different people in the space and to continue those conversations. And so I will try to do my part. I will continue to try to do my part, and I also need your part. And that part is so easy. Like I said, it's just getting the message out there as much as you can. So I appreciate those of you guys who have, liked and shared my content and gotten the message out there. And I will also, implore you, if you haven't done so, please consider, please, like I said, liking and also sharing, also tagging, also, giving it or passing it along to other people who you think may find it interesting. I know that I'm not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. But for whoever I can reach, or whoever does resonate with them, then I think they deserve to know about it. So that's where I'm going to need your guys' help. I see that. I'm glad you said that because too many are promoting destruction. Yeah, really, there really are a lot of people promoting destruction, and I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, that is what tends to be promoted, and that is what tends to be celebrated, at least as far as money is concerned. And so, when it comes to whether it's positive messages or positive role model or things going out there, we really do need the community support. We kind of need that grassroots support, that grassroots movement. So, like I said, for you, I'm not asking you, to go out and pass out flyers or get out in the street and get rained on. It's as simple as a share button. It's as simple as maybe a text message, as a sending an email to somebody or tagging, you know what I mean, or deeming somebody my content. Again, if you find it useful, it's that simple. So again, I appreciate all of you guys who have done that and continue to do that. And I'll encourage you, if you haven't, to please consider doing so. Um, you said question, embarrassing question. Were you ever into nerd stuff? Please define nerd stuff, then I can help you. I can help maybe. Please define nerd stuff for me. um, yeah, you said in order for the stuff to get you, you have to be giving people. I understand. People want to see drama. People want to see me people pulling weaves off of females and fights and lashes falling off the floor, and they do want to see that. So that's not what I'm about. And if that means that, okay, there's going to be a cap off of the amount of viewership that I get, then there's a cap on the amount of viewership I get. I'm also not going to just promote some garbage. That I'm not about to do that. But I do understand, it's like you want to try to put on a good show. That's cool. And there's a time for that. And there's also a time where it's like you need to have a constructive conversation. And not everything needs to be hyper dramatic, and not everything needs to just be garbage, like just spiritual or emotional garbage. Because also, by the way, that's not helping people. Also, by the way, that's certainly not helping females. So I don't necessarily want to do. I'm not trying to be that. Again, not to say I can't. We can't have fun. We can't, have those. We can't have exciting conversations. But I will say, for me, I'm not trying to just be a tea sipping channel. If that makes sense. Like, we need to get real and need to discuss some things that are impacting women, that are impacting the Black community, impacting the Christian community, and just impacting people in general. That's really, really what I'm about. So yes, but anyways, like I said, I wanted to keep this quick, fast. But like I said, I'm just so grateful, and I'm gonna say this too, because I'm very much personally, personally in this journey, still trying to explore and try different things. Just because this, to a certain extent, has been a total shift for me. This 2021 in general was a big shift relationally for me. I had a lot of my close friends who moved states, so like my sense of community was kind of taken away from me. And then COVID, new marriage, new career, like there's just a lot of different changes, all good. I am not in any way complaining about it, but there's a lot of changes. And so, like I said, ChezCharde, as we stand right now, is still in a process of growing. It's still in a process of evolving, and it's still a process of trying to trying to learn and evolve into different things. So, like I said, I want to, just like let you guys know that you can expect that. I am planning on touching on different topics and different things that I haven't done before, and I'm excited to do so. So, if you guys again are happy to be along on the journey and know that I'm gonna try these different areas and try these different avenues and see what I think is gonna work and makes the most sense, then I'm happy to have you guys along here with me. I see anime, so I see anime, video games, comics, computer tech. No, I was never into any of that. It was not really my thing, personally. Um, I see Red Pill. Thanks, shout out to Red Pill Hustle. I appreciate the $50 with the super chat. I say, not true snuggles. Thanks for everything you do, Che, and happy New Year and happy birthday to me. I hope you accomplish all of your goals this year. Happy birthday to you, Red Pill Hustle, and thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy your birthday. I really do. Yeah, I hope you have a really fruitful year. and that things that you're asking or praying for, I hope they, come to fruition. So, um, happy birthday. You said you should do a show about black female nerds. I see. Where can I meet a sweet, feminine black woman like yourself? That is a really good question. Yeah, let me say this. Let me say this real quick. So, part of the reason that we're having these conversations is because my goal, along with a few other women that I'm sure you guys are familiar with, is to start to create a alternate spaces. Right? There are plenty of women, or I don't say women, maybe females in the words of Danica, right? There are plenty of females out there who are um who are just promoting BS. I don't know how else to put it. Or they're promoting things that are not really helpful. But for those women who and those girls who want to become women, or who want to have different results, or want to have different options, who want to have different ways of actually living, who maybe want to challenge the status quo and actually find peace and happiness, that's what I'm about. That's very much what I'm about. So to your point of, okay, where can we find, maybe feminine women, or marriage minded women, or women who aren't necessarily trying to, ride the cock carousel, if you will, or you know what I mean, like trying to actually prepare themselves to be good wives, good women, women of God, to be a mother. You like, I'm hoping to be that channel where they can gather. I know that may not be as popular, or like I said, that's not gonna be for everybody. I'm okay with that. But hopefully you can find that here, or at least be inspired, you know what I mean, in the right direction to find that here. Like I said, this is still a very new endeavor for me, but my hope with God's will is to see this it grow into something that can be really fruitful and in different avenues and different spaces. So, for those of you who are on, please get those likes up. Okay, I'm gonna try something real quick. Okay, let me see. Ooh, okay. All right, y'all. So, like I said, I'm over here at my at my sister's place hanging out. But yeah, it's been fun. This has been a fun year, a fun time for me. I see I had a lot of hard lessons this year, but they were very necessary and will help me get to the next level in 2022. Can I say I share that sentiment. I share that sentiment. Like for me, 2020, like I said, 2021 was such a year of challenge, like emotionally, spiritually, relationally. There was so much change and challenge. And I know I was not the only person. And so, but I look at all those different situations that I went through as it was just growth. It was just meant for my growth. It was meant for my betterment. And I'm hoping to take some of those lessons that I learned and apply them here to, like I said, to just be better off all around. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, I see. Shout out Blessed Born Day. Yeah, birthdays are the best. Birthdays are the best. Said I did well in 2021. So much growth. Absolutely. If you didn't die in 2021, right? If you are still here in 2021, I'm pretty sure you did okay, or you are doing okay. Now I will say this, and I think this, not this doesn't apply to men, but I think especially for women, this is one thing that I do think I want to talk a little bit more about this year, and that is mental health. Mental health, I think, is incredibly important. I My personal belief is that African Americans, Black people in particular, out here are some of the most traumatized, just because of our history, right? Because of our history in this nation, and just different systematic things. And so I think there's a lot of people walking around, a lot of women walking around with trauma, with emotional disorders, maybe personality disorders, just all kinds of different stuff, and it's damaging them. And so one of the things I want to talk about is mental health, because I think there's a lot of women, African American women, I can say, who I think need a space to talk about that, and I think I need a space to deal with that. We have a lot of sick people online who just happen to have a platform, or there's a lot of sick people online who they have been able to successfully make money, or build a following off of their dysfunction. But as far as living a I think a healthy or a peaceful life, a life with serenity, a life feeling connected to God and connected to people and connected to your purpose, if you don't deal with that trauma, if you don't deal with those issues, not only affects you, that affects people that you try to have a relationship with. So you said we have to stop ignoring mental health in our communities. Bingo. And so that is something that I am wanting to, I really want to push in this year is health, mental health. And my hope was to do a few collaborations with different people who are actually in the space. So I say shout out to Michael Graham. It's a beautiful show, keeping the community going. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. So yeah, so that is something that I am planning on doing. And I'm interested to do so. And I will say this also, because if you guys have any, if you have any ideas, if you have any topics or things that you think that I should review or would like to see me review, you are more than welcome to send them my way. I am always open to feedback, especially you channel members. I can't always get to all comments, but channel members in particular, I do my best to try to respond to every last one of their comments, and also their references. So again, if there's something you think that I would like me to review or something that you think it would be good for me to review or look after, share it. I only have two eyes, so I do my best to see things, but I don't see everything. So I also appreciate you guys for any help that you have or any recommendations. It said, yeah, a double-minded person will always be unstable. Absolutely, going back to the mental health. And 2021 in particular did a big number on many people's mental health. I will, well, and I can say, at least specifically in California, and I say this because so many of us were in isolation. Just in my little circle of friends, I knew of many people who were struggling just strictly for the sense of isolation. And then you add to that, not really knowing what's going on, COVID, not being able to hang out with family and friends, all the fear mongering that they're hearing in the media, and different ideas about whether or not you should get you know the thing or not. I don't know how to say it. I don't even want to say it. I don't want to have any issues, but there's just a lot of controversy. So mental health took a big toll on a lot of people, and it's a new year, but we're still in a pandemic, and so I don't want to overlook that. So that's why it's one of the things that I'm hoping to address. So so yeah, so anyways, I appreciate all of you guys who are here, who have joined me, who have been with me in this journey. I see, yeah, isolation can give you time to work on yourself. I do believe that solitude is good. Solitude, I believe, is good, which is right time to work on yourself, time to focus, time to really, zone in your relationship with God, to really, work on maybe some of your emotional things. I think solitude is good. But if we think about, one of the different ways, even if you think of one of the ways that people are punished when they go to prison, it's solitary confinement. It's isolation. They put them into isolation for a really, really long time. So while I think it's totally okay and good and healthy to have times where you are by yourself, and arguably men tend to do better in isolated, and men tend to do better by themselves. So we can argue how, but they tend to fare better off. By and large, like, people are not meant to be isolated for a really, really long time. I think especially women, I think just the nature of women, and I think it's being more community focused. Not to say men are not, but you know what I mean? I think it can be even harder on a female psyche when they find themselves isolated with no sense of community, no sense of connection. I think that can be sometimes even a double challenge. But again, that's just my perspective. I'm not saying that is the gospel truth. Um Yeah. So yeah, solitude is vital. Yeah, I think I've been embracing a lot of solitude, as I can. There's times I'm here with you guys discussing, having fun. You know what I mean, having these conversations, and then I break away and I'm like, okay, I need to go away. I need to turn off all the electronics. I need to maybe go into nature, or I need to go pray. I need to go meditate. I need to go take a walk, have a sip of tea, and not be so stimulated. So I think solitude is very important. Yeah, I see Red Pill Hustle Snuggles. I'd be happy to. I'd be okay. Awesome. So yeah, so y'all, this has been a fun time for me. Um, this has been, like I said, a fruitful time. And I'll say, I think I'm more grateful if anything else, that you guys have been walking with me on my journey. Because, like I said, this has been a much as a business exploration, if you will, or a career exploration, is as much of it's been a personal exploration. Somebody who came from being in a corporate controlled space where I was hitting on metrics and hitting on clear goals and executing clear goals and having to be really stuck to specific brand guidelines. And now I'm out kind of doing my own thing, kind of figuring out my own space within the context of social media. It's a totally new thing. It's a totally new thing. And then of course I get to navigate the mammy and the mammy and the mule and the black male worshiping and the haters who already have something to say. So that's been fun. But like I said, I appreciate all of you guys who have been with me in these beginning stages, as I continue to expand and figure out what ChezCharde is going to look like. So, anyways, I appreciate all you guys. You have been awesome. It says, yeah, it's good that you get the true enjoyment from this platform. Yeah, I will say, I think in general, anybody who wants to do social media for or maybe business purposes or for personal enjoyment purposes or whatever, yeah, you want to make sure that you're controlling it. You want to make sure that you're controlling and that you're getting enjoyment out of it. If you're not, then it's controlling you, because the way that these platforms are actually made, even everything from our cell phones to our computers, the notifications, they're actually made to control you. They are made to make it seem as if you need to depend upon them. That's why there's studies that talk about, the amount of times people check their phones, and you know, the amount of times teenagers go on social media, and it's it technology and social media can itself become an addiction if it's not managed properly. So I say this as somebody who's been in the industry pretty much majority of my adult life. I've been in the social media digital marketing industry in some way or shape or form. And I know that if you don't enjoy it, if you don't find a way to enjoy it, then it can take over your life for the negative. And you don't want to do that. I say right before let the games begin. The keyword is longevity. It's wait, what are y'all beefing on my channel? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Okay, so I mean, thank you for keeping it respectful. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Y'all sound like you're challenging each other, but as long as y'all are nice, then that's okay. Um, yes, I have heard of Melanie King. I would like to collaborate with her, and I hope to do so. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, it says I'm glad I'm not hooked. I don't have it. You shouldn't. So, anyways, yeah, you guys. So this has been fun. This has been fun. And like I said, if you find my content enjoyable or at least useful, share it. Get the message out there. Definitely. So, anyways, okay, you said we just be playing. Playing is okay. Playing is okay. And I'll say this too. This is a place where I think you guys can have the freedom to express your point of view and have, the platform to express your point of view as long as it's respectful, right? And as long as it's not demeaning to anybody. I think you guys are fully aware of that. So, my goal is whoever comes on here is to feel as if they're in a safe space where they can be who they are and not be attacked for that. I may not agree with everybody, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be clear on who I am and what I believe to be the truth or what I believe to be constructive. But like I said, at the end of the day, I hope to lead by example and let that speak for itself versus me trying to argue somebody down. So y'all already know this. Y'all already know, but just to reinforce, as long as everybody's respectful on this platform, I got no issues. So, anyways, like I said, I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know 2021 was a mess. Many people had mental struggles. Many people had financial struggles. Oh, and let me actually, I want to say this, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up. I think this is something I want to touch on, especially for these lovely ladies out there. Um, there's such a focus right now on luxury, and there's such a focus on luxury living, on luxury lifestyle, on luxury items, on luxury trips, on luxury homes, luxury bags, um, luxury everything. There's such a focus on that, and here's the thing. I really enjoy nice things, right? Who wouldn't? I like going to nice restaurants, being in nice homes, driving nice cars, vacations. Like I enjoy all of that. Now, but here's the thing, y'all. We are in a pandemic. and inflation's gone up. I did a post a few days ago. I don't know if you guys saw my community tab where I talked about inflation. And I said, okay, how many of you guys have actually felt the pinch of inflation? I was curious to see who was going to respond and how people were going to respond. Now, obviously, mine wasn't a scientific study, right? It was just something I did in my community tab just to get a pulse. But the reality is right now, while there is a space where, people are pushing, women in particular, black women in particular, are pushing for luxury items. While that's happening, the reality is that we're in inflation and many people are struggling financially. Women of color being some of those who are impacted the most. So, this brings me to the bigger question. If we are in a particular space where we are promoting luxury, a luxury lifestyle that majority of women are not living, majority of African American women are not living, what is that doing for our mental health? What is it actually doing for how we see ourselves? If we're comparing our lives to images that actually aren't real. Because here's the thing about it: when you're seeing these luxury ads, brands, you're seeing these girls, going out there, some of these black girls, and oh, I'm in Cabo, I'm going in this vacation, I'm here, there. Some of these things are just ads. They're literally just models being paid to look cute, to stand in front of a mansion, and then they go back home in Uber. Like literally, I know a friend of mine, beautiful girl, she's young 20s. She's trying to be a model. So she'll have photo shoots at mansions, she'll have photo shoots at these different events and these maybe golf clubs or whatever. And then she'll go home and then she'll lift an Uber to pay her bills. So while we look at these models who pose right in particular luxury spaces to look like they're living luxuriously, the reality is they're actually lifting and ubering and living off of $35,000 after taxes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have shoved down your throat that you need to be living a luxury lifestyle that most women aren't living, especially African American women, is that affecting our mental health? I don't know. So these are just So these are just one of the things, these are just one of the things that I've been thinking about. I don't see this talked about a ton on different other femininity channels, which is fine because mostly channels, they just want to talk about how to look cute, how to do our makeup, how to level up, how to get a rich man to pay for all the bills, take away all the problems, which is okay, maybe that's fine. But I just don't see that being reality. I don't see that being reality. And like I said, actually, by the way, a lot of women right now are struggling financially. And why don't we talk about that? Because that's actually the life that you're living. But I don't know. I don't know. So, okay, I see Red Full Hustle Longevity. Shout out for you. With them super chats, y'all. I like all the super chats. So, anyways, a package of chicken wings is only $20. Right. A package of some chicken wings. So y'all over here talking about leveling up and getting all these Birkin bags and this different stuff. And meanwhile, some of y'all can't even afford to fill up a tank of gas. What are we even talking about? And that's what I'm saying. Like, can we have some real conversations? You're not a lesser than a person if maybe you're having a hard time paying some bills, or if if you're a woman and you're like, crap, like this is difficult. I went to school and I did this, and that, and I'm behind in college debt, or I'm behind in, what I mean, all these loans. You're not a horrible person. That is the space that we live in right now. It's not to say you can't do better. It's not to say that you can't believe to do better. But we most definitely better level set our expectations, or else we're comparing ourselves to maybe something that's not fake. So luxury made Allen Iverson go broke. So I see consistency, and don't worry, I have my friend Prosperity also in the chamber. So, anyways, you guys done? Okay, that's all good. Sorry, I'm over here with family, y'all. I say they have occupations that are fickle during an economic right. Like women are the most impacted, especially women with children. Single women with children are the most impacted. Let me just leave it at that. So this is one of the topics that I hope to explore. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyways, I think my family's done, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys. You've been so awesome. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all of your love. Like I said, continue to like, share, subscribe. Well, you're already subscribed probably, but you know what I mean. Like, share, get people to subscribe. Send me any topics, any ideas that you may have, and stay tuned for this week because I have some cool conversations coming down the pipeline. Anyways, we'll talk later. Bye.